Hello, welcome in. If you're here listening to this podcast, that means you are destined for something great, and we both know it to be true. So without further ado, welcome to the Dark Matter Podcast. Hey y'all, welcome back to the podcast. Dev here, and today is a milestone episode. This is officially the 52nd episode of the podcast. So surreal, pretty incredible to have this. And I know I have a trailer as well, so it might show like 53 or 54 episodes, but this is the actual episode 52. And I'm just feeling a bit nostalgic over this one, feeling pretty incredible, I'll be honest. I think there's a lot of different things that we can put time and energy into, and it's always really healthy. I talk about this all the time on the podcast. So healthy to be able to look back and reflect on all the incredible things that you've done. And recording 52 episodes of the podcast, staying consistent with this every single week for the last 52 weeks, as a full year has passed since I initially launched this podcast a year ago. We're officially in 22 countries, just under 700 listens. And I just feel like the growth, the internal growth that I've achieved has been one of those things where I don't take lightly. And I think if you listen back to the intro or my first episode in comparison to this one, I feel like it's definitely more fluent. I think there's a bit more fun with it. The intro and outro had changed. So many things, I can go down the list, but I wanted to keep this episode short and sweet, and it's just to remember that time moves so quickly. It's hard. It's so hard. It's incredible, of course, but it's so hard to believe that it's already been 52 weeks. And there's been a lot of ups and downs. There's been a lot of interesting developments. There's been so many things, but I think for me personally, staying consistent with this podcast has been one of those things that kind of kept me grounded, knowing I had something like this to look forward to every single week to make sure that my loyal listeners in all the different countries, people who share this show and really do take value from it, are continuing to take value from it. I feel like this is something that I don't take lightly. You could be listening to any other podcast amongst millions, and you've somehow found this podcast and you resonate with me and what I share and how I share it. And so, yeah, it's incredible. And I guess the lesson is just by taking one step every single day and maybe even one step every single week towards something, it's incredible how much progress you can make. And like I said, a year ago when I launched this thing, I didn't think I would have the results. I didn't think I would have the impact I would have. I didn't think I'd be in the amount of countries or have the amount of listens or have so many people reaching out to me as I do. Here we are 52 episodes later, and this podcast is always about encouragement, empowerment, really helping people understand that as a conscious creator, us not sharing our gifts with the world is a genuine disservice to ourselves and to those who love us and want to see us win. And I think in sharing this now with the accompanying YouTube masterclasses and videos that I do every single week, I feel like it's really getting to a point where I really do want to just thank every single person genuinely from the bottom of my heart who listens to this, because I feel like with the way that things are going, it really is becoming something bigger than maybe I initially planned or seen in my mind. And I won't forget all the people that are here, all the people that have shown love, shared the show, and reached out and told me how these episodes are really impacting them and help shifted their perspective on situations that they felt like there was no positive outcome, maybe help them heal from things that they had been struggling with early in, and just helping them realize that you don't have to be amazingly talented if you have a great work ethic. And you don't have to have an amazing work ethic if you're amazingly talented. And I think, isn't that just it? Every single person has the ability to do something so incredible, but you won't know what that is until you start taking that step forward. And whether it's starting a podcast, starting a business, finding what you love the most and finding ways to share it with people, I think, again, you listening to this podcast are doing the world and yourself and every single person that loves you and trusts you and respects you a genuine disservice by not being here and sharing your gifts with the world. So, yes, I wanted to keep this one short and sweet. It's just incredible. It's a surreal moment. It's a surreal feeling to just look back and see 52 episodes later how much growth, how many things have changed. This time last year, I was still part of my first business. Now I'm part of the second business where I'm actually doing it with my girlfriend, Jess, and it's incredible. We have so many different offers. We have a software, we have mindset bundles and sessions, and we also are going to come out with our podcasting course. We've got so many incredible things going on. And I said this before, years ago, you couldn't have convinced me that I would have achieved some of the things that I've achieved. And even now, from last year, you wouldn't have convinced me that I'd be doing what I love with someone that I love and making the impact that I've made in 22 countries. I don't take that lightly. I know obviously there's so many other people with so much bigger reach and all of these other things, but hey, for my first year, I'm definitely proud of everything that I've achieved, and I think you should be proud of everything that you've achieved as well. So thank you so much for listening. Genuinely, I appreciate every single person that listens to the show, that shares the show, and that has reached out, provided some insights, feedback, and just talked about how much this show has meant for them and made the impact in their life that I want it to. And as my final thought for you, as my final piece of encouragement, just remember, all you have to do is take one step every single day. And by the end of the year, you'll have taken 365 steps. Look back a year from now. Look at all that you've achieved in your life. Look at all that you've accomplished in your life. And don't sell yourself short. Look at everything. Look at, maybe you moved. Maybe you got a new car. Maybe you got a new relationship. Maybe you did some real internal work and you started to really understand more of who you are and what you want to do and what's in alignment with you, and maybe some goals. Maybe you started doing some goal setting. Maybe you started to reflect more and you started to give yourself more grace because you realize that you are making progress and you're doing better than you ever could. Maybe you're now into personal development. Maybe this is like a new place for you and you're growing and you're realizing it every single day. So just as a last reminder, look at all that you've accomplished in this last year. Know that you're just getting started. Know that you are so talented. You can do anything that you want. And I appreciate everyone that listens to this podcast. And if you'd like to connect, the link will be down below. Appreciate you so much. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, comment, share, subscribe to it all. You know I appreciate it. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.